You can never have too many stamps. Hi, I'm Julie Fei-Fan Balzer, your host. And part of that maker mentality is making your own supplies to use in your project. So first up, Mou Saha is here with me, and she's gonna get us started by drawing and then cutting her own stamps, which is something I love doing too. But actually, to start the whole process, we're actually starting with a completely blank canvas.
Yes, and I am going to collage some paper pieces over here.
And that's just to add texture and stuff like
Yes,
that.
just
We're not really
background.
gonna see any of it.
No.
Okay.
So here I have one that's ready.
Everything's already glued down and
Everything
sealed
is
and
glued
dry.
and sealed. And I'm going to color this one. So, say starting over here.
Now you're using a water-soluble crayon, which basically is going to allow you to blend. You could, of course, use, for instance, oil pastels to color the background or something else like that.
You could use anything.
Acrylic paint or watercolor.
Yes, anything works. Just one thing to keep in mind is what colors you put next to each other. Like, don't put a yellow and a blue, or an orange and a blue, or a yellow and a purple, or red or green, because those are complementary colors, and when you blend them together, they kind of make muddy colors, and we don't want that.
They do, although I was going to say yellow and blue make green, which is kind of pretty. But yes, for the most part, anything that's across the color wheel from each other stays away.
Yes.
And the other thing that I think is really nice is you're actually, instead of just using water to blend this, you're actually using gesso, which has a slight whitewash to it, which is going to opacify, if I may turn that into a word, it's going to opacify the paint as it's blending so it's not completely transparent. And it's also, of course, going to help it stick to that collage surface, which I assume has gel medium over the top of it.
Yes.
So you have to find the right rhythm between like how much water, how much gesso.
It will depend on the gesso that you're using. Some are quite thick and opaque, and you add more water to those. Mine isn't all that thick, so it's just right, but I'm still adding a little water to make the movement easier.
Cool, and you told me that you're gonna show us how to do paint drips.
Yes.
I'm super excited about that because I always like the movement and how the color intensity changes when you do something like that.
So this works better if this is dry. So let's take a color over here. And I'm just rubbing some of it. All I'm going to do here is take some water.
On a big brush.
Big, small, really doesn't matter. All you need to do is activate that paint so it would drip down, and then you hold it up.
Get it going.
And then gravity takes over.
Super cool. And of course, if you were using acrylic paint or something that was in a bottle, you would just sort of squirt it across the top and then use the same exact technique.
Just in some way, you get some colors down there. And the way you add and blend your colors kind of creates its own unique layer. Next, I'm going to add some
more gesso, it looks like.
But this time I'm not blending with a brush. I'm taking a texture tool. You can take a used credit card or something like that just to add another layer.
I was going to say, I love to make texture tools like this. I take hotel room keys and just scissors and snip them.
You could even take a cardboard and just cut a little bit. Or just dragging something.
This is just to add another layer, some more visual interest, something else to it. But then I know you said, because we talked about stamps at the beginning of this, and you use stamps all the time to really add a pop, a really great layer.
It adds a layer of pattern.
And I know that over here in our electronic cutter, I've got an image that you drew, a really simple graphic image. And what I've done is I've scanned it into the machine, and you can see it here on the screen. Now, I have the stamp already cut out right here, and I'm going to give that to you for you to use, but I'm actually going to cut the same image even smaller so that we can have a companion stamp that is the same image, just a little bit smaller. So once I get that image all ready, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take the scanning mat out of the machine, and I have here a sticky cutting mat, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab one of my stamp sheets here. Now this has 2 layers of plastic on it, one on each side. I'm simply gonna remove the plastic from one side, and now that's garbage, and then I'm gonna go ahead and take the side that doesn't have anything against it, that is just plain, and I'm going to put it down. I can put it anywhere on the mat. I'm sort of sticking to that upper corner just because it's easy enough for me, and I'm going to use some firm pressure to adhere it. Then I'm gonna go ahead and load this into the mat. And if I had an image that was a little larger, I might scan in this silicone to make sure that I can see it, but I know that this is gonna fit on there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say okay, and I'm gonna say okay again. I am using a bigger blade and I have it set to a 6.5. So then I'm just gonna choose cut, and I'm gonna choose start, and that's gonna start to cut out my stamp for me. Now I notice over here you've already inked up your stamp and you're starting to go. I can't wait to see what
Just
that
make
image
sure
looks like.
You press down so the stamp makes contact with every part of the canvas panel. And if you miss a spot, just touch up with some paint later. That works
There you
too.
go. It looks great, and I know you have one that's already stamped multiple
Yes.
times. So we're gonna go ahead and grab that, and then what would the next step be? How are we sort of finishing this work of art off?
Once we get the smaller ones, I could stamp it a few more times, and next we go to the focal point. So here I have these two butterflies, and I'll show you how you can do that. First, you can draw it.
You could stamp it also. You could take a
stamp
coloring
it,
book image,
yes.
clip art, whatever you want.
Yes, you can do anything you want, and then you color it, you blend the colors, you add some details, then you cut to actually cut this out. So all of them are in the same size.
Super
And
cool.
when you have two of those, or two or three, layer them together and just stitch down the center, leaving the wings free.
Perfect.
And when you have one or two, or however many you want to add, I think 2 is perfect for this one. You just take some gel medium and apply it at the base.
And then you've got these really cool dimensional things to fly away. I have the smaller stamp here that's ready to go. Mo, you're always so great about bringing projects that have lots of color and dimension. I love it.